and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Coach Ange, a spiritual life coach. On this channel, we talk about mindset, astrology, spirituality, coaching, and more. This is going to be the Cancer season workshop for 2025. What we'll be talking about in today's workshop is Cancer as a sign, what kind of sign Cancer is, what kind of energy you can expect during Cancer season, also some current astrological transits, and 2 journal prompts that you can utilize for Cancer season. This is a pay what you can type of workshop, so you can click the link down below to donate to this channel or simply like and subscribe to support this channel. And before we jump into the workshop, make sure to follow me on all socials. I'm at Coach Ange 222. So, Cancer season, happy summer solstice. It is a cardinal sign because it is the first in the summer season. Cancer is a very unique sign because it's the only sign ruled by the moon. So it's considered a luminary. And the only other sign that would be a luminary with Cancer is Leo, which is ruled by the sun. So Cancer is represented by the crab. And if you know any Cancers in your life, then that makes so much sense because Cancers are very much this energy of a very sensitive water sign as well, very maternal. By nature, they are a feminine sign, but when it comes to the symbol of the crab, Cancers can be very closed off, more introverted, homebody, very maternal, care a lot about their family or their chosen family. And it takes a lot for Cancers typically to open up because they have very deep feelings and they care very deeply for others. And so they want to make sure that where they're giving that energy, where they're giving that time, where they're putting those emotions is a safe space. A lot of what Cancers are longing for is stability and safety. And other signs may see it in money or relationships, whereas Cancers want to feel safe and therefore they don't just open up to anybody and they have a very small circle. If you know any Cancers, they have a very small circle in their life. They don't let just anybody in and they're not just friends with everybody. That's not how they work. Cancer's sister sign is Capricorn, which is an earth sign. They do have a lot of similarities, but of course they're still different. They are as well both cardinal signs, and a lot of times you will see that they have a big focus on work, and Cancer specifically usually find themselves in work where they are hands-on helping somebody. Think teachers, healthcare, right? So nurses, doctors, estheticians, nail techs, hairstylists, things like that, where they are hands-on helping somebody. That is very much Cancer energy. The other thing that I wanted to mention is Cancers are usually very direct and also be a little volatile when it comes to their emotions because being ruled by the moon has a pretty quick cycle versus say Capricorn, their sister sign, who is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is a much slower moving planet. It's one of the outer planets, whereas the moon is a much closer planet. I mean, when you look at how fast the moon is moving through a sign, sometimes it's only in a sign for 2 or 3 days. So think of how that affects someone who is ruled by that planet. It's likely that Cancers can have mood swings or just feel very affected emotionally because the moon is a much quicker moving planet. Like I mentioned, Capricorn's ruling planet, Saturn, is a much slower moving planet. Energy that you might be feeling at this time is you might be feeling more intuitive, more empathetic, more understanding, maybe even more emotional or just emotionally sensitive. Because the sun is in Cancer, we're all going to collectively feel this energy, and especially if you have major placements in Cancer. So think your sun, your moon, your rising, or your Venus, your Mars, or your Mercury, which, funny enough, Mercury is actually in the sign of Cancer at the moment. The other planet that's in Cancer is Jupiter. And so Mercury, the planet of communication, being in the sign of Cancer, might have you feeling like, okay, how am I communicating things? Either you might be feeling like I have to be very direct because that's how a lot of Cancers can be. They're very just direct. They don't want to waste time sugarcoating things. Or they might be more understanding and more sensitive, again, more maternal in terms of their communication. Like me personally, I have my Mercury in Cancer, and therefore I utilize that when I'm learning something new and really holding space for somebody. That feels very Mercury in Cancer kind of energy. And Jupiter likes to be in Cancer. It's exalted in Cancer. So this is a good energy for everyone. Jupiter is a planet of luck, abundance, expansion. So mind you, think of it this way. It will expand anything and everything. Whatever you put your time and your energy into is what it's going to expand. So definitely put your time and your energy into things that you want and things that you like and things that are beneficial to you, which also leads me to talk more about some of the current astrology, which is Mars just moved into Virgo. Mars is a planet of, yes, aggression, war, but also action. So I think collectively, you might be feeling like, how do I get structured? How do I get organized? How do I get more clear on my next steps? Because Virgo is a very methodical and analytical type of sign. So being in the planet of Mars is actually some really good potent energy, and it's there until August. So make sure that you're using this energy to set yourself up for future success in the long term, not just in the short term. The other thing is Taurus is in the sign of Venus, which is its own ruling planet. Venus is the planet of love, beauty, luxury, relationships. And so being in the fixed sign and earth sign of Taurus, you may be feeling like, oh, is this cuffing season? Even though it's summertime, maybe, getting in a relationship, you'll be in matching pajamas by Christmas time. So if you're feeling like a little bit of a pull to look more into relationships, that might also be why, because again, it's a collective energy. And the moon is currently in Taurus. And again, Taurus being a fixed sign type of energy, the moon has a lot to do with our emotions. So you may be feeling a little bit more grounded, which is good. A little bit more like, how can I be home? How can I just like relax? How can I treat myself? Very much Taurus energy. And having the moon in Taurus and Venus in Taurus, you're going to be feeling like, I want a good meal. I want to treat myself. I want a nice dinner. You might be feeling a little bit more bougie than usual. That's going to be a collective energy. So if you're feeling like that, just lean into it and treat yourself. Interestingly enough, I actually made a video about this recently on TikTok, is basically all of the inner planets right now are either in a water or an earth sign, whereas the outer planets, think Saturn, Uranus, Pluto, those planets are in fire signs or air signs. So Neptune, Saturn, and Chiron are all in Aries, a fiery cardinal sign, whereas Pluto is in Aquarius, a fixed air sign. So it's just kind of interesting to see how some of those energies are switched. So the inner planets are going to be moving a little bit quicker, whereas the outer planets move a little bit slower, but the energies are kind of flip-flopped. So just something to be mindful of. I think it's actually really cool and interesting when you think about it that way, because the inner planets that are usually really quick, say you throw in fiery energy to those kind of planets, it's going to feel like chaotic. Whereas when you have more fire and air on the outer planets that are slower moving, it doesn't feel as heavy and quick and chaotic. Whereas the inner planets right now are in water and earth signs that have a more grounded, kind of slower tempered energy. So I feel like it's a good time to really take a step back. You don't feel so chaotic and crazy, but just evaluate how you're feeling, the energy that you're feeling, where are some of your major placements, and how is it aligning with the current astrology. Now I wanted to share 2 journal prompts that you can utilize this Cancer season, just to make sure that you're really utilizing this energy, because we only get this once a year where the sun is in Cancer. Journal prompt number 1 is, in what ways can I be kinder to myself? Again, Cancer is a very maternal, caring, giving type of energy, also very protective type of energy. Cancers are super protective of those around them that they really care about, which I love that energy. I will say that a lot of times Cancers don't prioritize themselves. They don't have good boundaries sometimes. They want to give to everybody. And these journal prompts, I really want you to think about, how can I give some of that care and love back to myself? Because again, whether you're a Cancer or not, that's just the energy collectively right now. So again, journal prompt number 1 is, in what ways can I be kinder to myself? And journal prompt number 2 is, how have I not been listening to my intuition? This question is going to be one to really sit with, because Cancer is a very emotional, sensitive, and intuitive type of energy. And even if you don't have placements in Cancer, really think about, how have you been not listening to your intuition? Because we are all spiritual beings at the end of the day, and we all collectively have a frequency and energy to us, and we all have an intuitive power. So I really want you to think about, how have you not been listening to your own intuition, and how can you really lean into taking a listen to your gut and to your intuition on how you can really get back into alignment to put yourself on the right path and destiny that's meant for you. So that is it for today's workshop. I like to keep my workshops very quick and short, nothing too crazy, very digestible. Of course, if you have any questions or feedback, please make sure to comment those below. And if you're wanting any one-on-one personalized help and guidance, I do offer one-on-one clarity calls that you can book right now. And if you're watching this before the end of June 2025, I actually have a promotion running right now where calls are only $67 and they are regularly $99. So make sure that you take advantage of this promotion, because I don't do promos and discounts very often. If you're wanting to touch on mindset, self-love, work-life balance, astrology, the current astrology, your own personal astrology, and how you can best utilize it in your own life, go ahead and book a call right now down below. If you're not ready to book a call just yet, no worries at all. You can always click down below and subscribe to my free newsletter called The Cosmic Queen, where you get a weekly affirmation, astrological updates, and more sent straight to your inbox. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure to click the bell button down below so that you're notified of any new videos I have, as well as upcoming workshops. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Happy summer solstice, happy Cancer season, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.